Hello, Internet family. This is Anjanette Potter, also known as Adam's Rib, and you are listening to recording number 2 of 28 Days of Black Feminism. So my second lady that I will be honoring, we just lost this week, and for those of us who grew up in my generation, she and generations prior, this one is a little bit heartbreaking. But at the same time, we know that to be absent from our presence is to be present with the Lord. So, she lived a good, long life. So my next honoree is actress Cicely Tyson. Many of you remember her from movies like Sounder. One of my favorites was actually, she's made, like, she has played so many parts. This woman has played so many parts. I have forgotten more parts that this woman played, and when they started showing them and everything. But one of them was autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. Now, many of you didn't know that Miss Tyson was about 94. Some reports say 94. Some say 96. But nearly 100 when she passed. So, my earliest memories of her are Sounder, autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich, Roots. I mean, everywhere where there was almost an all-star cast, you would see Cicely Tyson right there in the bunch. She, even if it was just a little, this woman had so much humility. Like, she would play a bit part, especially like as she got up there, she wouldn't think nothing of playing a bit part in a movie. You'd be like, woo, that's Cicely Tyson, and I tell you what, she's just one of my faves. She's one of those actresses. I've said this about Roxy Roker. I've said this about Isabel Sanford. I've said this about Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Chaka Khan, Esther Roll, Bernadette Standis. Everybody that I remember that had like a lot of roles, big time roles in the 70s. These were women who I honor because they made me feel proud to be Black and female. Because everywhere you looked, they were working, and she came from a time period where she refused to play any roles, and this is something that's a little controversial within the Black community, but she refused to play any roles that she felt like were degrading, or humiliating, or didn't represent Black people in the most positive light. So she wasn't just a famous actress, award-winning actress, but she used her platform. She really utilized her platform to minister. What she did was, she just poured out, and I'm like, she is literally a person who did something that she loved really almost up till the day she died. They showed footage of her being interviewed 2 days before she passed. And it was awesome. She just had some real words of wisdom. If I'm a YouTube addict, so I've been watching everything that they put. On any clip that they had, any footage or whatever, and she just always seemed to be a source of wisdom and and encouragement. And I will be, like I said, this year, I am going to, every person that I post or talk about I'm going to put one of my favorite quotes by them, and hers is real special because it's a topic that I had just really been thinking about here lately. So let me go ahead and get on here. So she was born Cicely Tyson. She one of you people using her actual name. So she was born Cicely Tyson, December 19th, 1924. Harlem, New York. And of course, she left us on January 28th, 2021. She was an American actress and fashion model. Her career spanned 7 decades. An interesting fact that I found out on one of the T channels here on YouTube, the earliest movie that I talked about, Sounder, Miss Tyson was almost 50 years old playing that part. So if you got a chance to see Sounder, and I would say right now, if you're in one of the states that's like snowed in and you guys are just enjoying some movies and enjoying some Netflix, let your kids watch Sounder. Right now, YouTube has, like, you could probably find a whole bunch of early stuff that she did. I sat here, I think it was either yesterday or this morning, and I just let my rotation play everything that I could find by her. So if you have a chance to let your kids see any of her work that you remember, even if you have to Google it, let them see it. Let them see, somebody who really raised the standard and showed what you could be, that anything is possible. So she is known for portraying strong African American women. So she is a recipient of 3 Primetime Emmys, 4 Black Reel (REEL) awards, 1 Screen Actors Guild Awards, an honorary Academy Award, and 1 Tony, as well as a Peabody. After appearing in minor films and TV roles early in her career, Miss Tyson received widespread critical acclaim for her role in the movie Sounder. She was nominated for both the Academy and Golden Globe Awards that year. So she also won 2 Emmys and was nominated for a BAFTA for Best Actress in a Leading Role for her role in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. Now, Miss Jane Pittman was actually taken from a book by an author named Ernest J. Gaines. Now, I remember reading books by him, and as a matter of fact, I remember reading the book for this. So this, if you're a teacher that's a history buff, or, if you're assigning book required reading for Black History Month, this one, anything by Maya Angelou, because she was awesome too. But I would highly recommend this book as a required reading for Black history for your students, because and the funny thing is, Miss Jane Pittman at the end, I want to be a spoiler, but like Miss Jane Pittman was a former slave. So she was like she was a young woman, like right as Black people received freedom. And it goes from there all the way to black and white water fountains and everything. And so we're talking probably around the 60s. So she lived a good long time, and her character was like 100 and some years old when she passed. And I thought about it because if you look, they have her looking, my grandmother used to call it looking really wise looking. They made her, they had Miss, of course, like I said, she's much younger playing this part. So they have her looking, and I'm like, Miss Jane Pittman was only about a good 16 years older than Cicely Tyson was when she actually passed. And Cicely Tyson looked really good for her age. So, that's just a little bit of humor there, but I highly recommend reading the book version of Miss Jane Pittman. I remember reading it, and it was actually, it's a really good book. And to be honest with you, most books are better than the movie. And I enjoyed the book even better than the movie. And I watched that movie about 1,000 times. So if you get a chance to read it, please do. So Miss Tyson continued to act in film and television in the 21st century. She played Constantine Jefferson in The Help in 2011. Ophelia Harkness in How to Get Away with Murder in 2014. And I believe that was the lead character, Viola Davis's mother. She was nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest in a Drama Series for the How to Get Away with Murder part. So Miss Tyson received numerous awards and honors at the end of her life. So she was a Kennedy Center honoree in 2015, a Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016, an induction into the Television Hall of Fame. She did a lot of she starred in a lot of made-for-TV movies. I was looking at her today. So the man who played her husband in Sounder, actor Paul Winfield, played her love interest in at least about a good 3 or 4 movies. So he was with her in Sounder. He also played Martin Luther King against her, Coretta Scott King, in a made-for-TV movie called King. He also played her love interest in A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich, which I also recommend, the movie and the book. The book, once again, better than the movie, but the movie's really good. And I'm trying to think if he that's at least 3. He probably has played her love interest a lot more. But Miss Tyson has played a some of everything. She even played, they had a made-for-TV movie about a lady named Marva Collins, who started the West Side Preparatory School in Chicago. And she played her. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember that. So she has done it all. And so if you want any more information about her, because, she has a very long career, so I didn't have time to get everything. But if you want to read even more about her history, I would go to the Wikipedia and type in her name, and you'll have all of her history if you want to just really, really read in depth about her. One quote that I have here that touched my heart, because I was looking for quotes, and this one touched my heart because it's kind of where I am right now. So it says, the moment that someone tries to demean you or degrade you in any way, you have to know how great you are. Nobody would beat you down if you were not a threat. So anyway, this is my second recording, and one of the reasons I didn't want to make any of them real long is because I didn't want to, go over any time limits on any media that I'm posting this on, and I'm trying to give, the juiciest nuggets, highlights of their life and career and everything. And I had initially didn't have her in here, and then she passed, and I was like, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't honor her. This is a woman who poured out 70 years of her life, as a gifting. So remember, I think she has one child. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but remember her loved ones. Remember those closest to her, anybody that she may still be, any living relatives that she might have. Keep them lifted up in prayer. Keep her church family lifted up in prayer and everything. This is a woman who poured out a significant part of her life almost up until the day she died. So if if you are following her anywhere on social media, even leaving messages to let her know, let whoever's running that account now know what her acting gift meant to you. Anyway, you guys, be blessed. Enjoy your time inside. Try your level best to love on one another. If you're listen to some music, pray together, do something that is going to honor, and my African American listeners, do something special. Have your kids read. Let your kids. There's a channel on YouTube called Real Black, REEL, Real Black, and they are like a visual history lesson. You can, on different media and different things that were around. And he's constantly posting stuff. So if you have a chance to go on YouTube, you can actually access. If you have a Roku device, you can get YouTube through there, and he shows like, if you are, or if you're just, or you don't got to be black, if you're just a history buff, or if you're just a black history buff, he has a lot of rich film history on that channel that you can look at and just look and see. And I like watching older movies. Getting to be a 70s film buff. I like to watch a lot of that stuff now that I'm an adult, as opposed to when I was a kid and was able to see it. And it gives you a different perspective once you have some life experience and you're able to watch any of it. So, and like I said, for those that are in, if school closings and whatever, if you're in with your family, it's a good way to spend the afternoon educating yourself and educating your children and just enjoying the time in as a family. And it's free. You don't have to pay nothing. It's one of the few channels that you don't have to pay nothing to watch it. And there's a lot of the movies that are under the free with ads thing if you just don't feel like having to rent nothing. And like I said, it's all free. It's all free. So you guys be blessed until my next recording, and I will talk to you guys later. Love you.